What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for some major breaking injury news to bring you today. And yeah, look, action-packed as always. We're going to be speaking about our player of the quarter season so far already, and we're going to give you our quarter season ratings. We never brought you the October ones, so we may as well give you something special today. So we're going to go through our quarter season ratings, and we've got some comments to react to as well. But without further ado, let's get into the Tottenham update. But before we get into that, only 60% of you watching these videos are subscribed to the channel. So please do go and hit that subscribe button. Really does help us. And we know the We Are Tottenham Army is so strong. But let's keep growing that We Are Tottenham Army, because it's growing every day. But let's grow it a bit quicker.
And the international break is upon us, people. We need as much growth as we can.
The dreaded international break.
Big up to everyone in the chat, by the way. Big up.
But let's start off talking about Randal Kolo Muani. As Jay Harris says that Randal Kolo Muani is seeing a specialist today to learn more about the jaw injury that he suffered in the 2-2 draw with Manchester United. France Football, however, says that Randal Kolo Muani is expected to be out in the region of 6 to 8 weeks with a fractured jaw. If surgery is required, Muani could be out for a number of months.
Oh, man, a number of months.
Yeah.
He could end his career without a Tottenham goal at this rate. It's crazy. I mean, he's ended his loan spell. It's absolutely... Oh, man, if that's true, that is a real spanner in the works for us, because... if that's the case, what do we do? Can we rely on him then? Like, is that going to just completely derail this loan deal he has? I mean, it would be, obviously, but... Well,
we can't rely on him for the next couple of months, that's for sure.
If it's well, you said a number of months, not a couple or a number?
It says, well, the report says a number of months.
A number of months, yes. It could be more than a couple.
Could be, but it could be a couple as well. we don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean? An A number could be.
I guess, I don't know. I think fractured jaws I've seen, I read, could take up to like 8 weeks or so. And so what do we do? Let's say he is out for a couple of months, and we know he obviously hasn't scored a goal yet. For Tottenham.
I saw the physio scout on Twitter did an update on him, and he says that most jaw fractures are 4 to 8 weeks, but multiple fracture sites, if they have multiple fracture sites in the jaw, it could be 2 to 3 months. So they need to know the extent of it.
Yeah, obviously that opens the door for maybe Tel to come into the Champions League squad.
Yeah, so let me just read the rule on that, because it says UEFA rules this season state that clubs can replace a player in the Champions League squad who suffered a long-term injury. So depending on the severity of Kolo Muani's jaw injury, it's possible that he drops out of Spurs' squad for the time being. Muani would be ineligible to return to Spurs' Champions League squad for 60 days pass after his removal, even if he has recovered from the injury sooner than that. Currently, that would put him in line to return for crunch matches versus Borussia Dortmund and Eintracht Frankfurt if he is recovered by then.
Okay, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
To do that. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see what the specialists say, but I keep, with all this talk about a new striker, you know, I've always said, look, I'm pretty happy with our striker options if everyone's fit, but they're doing their best to never allow us to see that, because Muani's in the situation he's in, Solanke's in the situation he's in now, so it is very, very worrying. Obviously, the only fit striker we got was Richarlison. He's not exactly firing on all cylinders at the moment. So it is really, really concerning, this update. And again, Frank said after the game, oh, we took him off, but it's nothing too serious. And now we're hearing it could be 2 to 3 months. We heard in July, oh, Solanke's missing the friendly because of his ankle, but it's nothing too serious. We haven't seen him since, pretty much. And that's already been like 4 months now. So what is going on with our medical team? Obviously, you can't really blame it on them, but it's just very frustrating when we keep hearing minor knock. You know, it's nothing serious, and then 2-3 months out.
Yeah, I mean, it's been happening for years, though, hasn't it? This kind of thing,
especially the last year, you would say.
Yeah, it's just very frustrating. But look, it's an opportunity. You know, we've got to see it as an opportunity for the likes of Tel to step up, for the likes of Dane to step up as well. So that's the only thing that we can look at it right now.
Yeah, but two of our you would say our two best strikers are out.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. That's the reality. But
with our two best creators out.
Yeah, but there's literally nothing we can do about it right now.
It's just crazy.
All we can do is hope that these players like Tell and Dane Scarlett can step up now.
It's just, how's your luck? How is your luck? We waited a month for him to come back from this dead leg, and now he's got a broken jaw, potentially fractured jaw. Oh,
yeah, it's just madness.
It's just crazy. Let's hope it's not as serious as we're fearing, but knowing Tottenham's luck, it's probably even more serious than we're fearing.
Yeah. Let's move on from Randal. Let's hope that after the specialists see him today that it's not as bad as maybe it could be.
Get Mason Melia, someone who said.
Yeah, well, he's coming back in January. January the 1st, he's coming in. Let's talk about Mohammed Kudus, because Alistair Gold said today that Mohammed Kudus has not travelled to Ghana on international duty with Ghana. However, these is probably not the words you want to hear right now. But Thomas Frank says he's very confident that Mohammed Kudus will be fit enough to face Arsenal.
So it was just a minor knock, was it? God, at least he didn't say the words minor knock or to that effect just yet. But the fact that he hasn't travelled is also very concerning. He said before the United game he should be available for that game. Or even was it the Copenhagen game he said he should be available. He said he could and should be available. Didn't make it. Hasn't made it for the United game of the weekend. Wasn't even on the bench. So from going to could and should have been available for Copenhagen, missed the 2 games, and now he's not even travelling for international duty. I guess if it's a minor knock, if it is genuinely a minor knock, and he hasn't travelled, that's good. Keep him on ice for a couple of weeks, and hopefully doesn't aggravate anything. But very concerning again. The one thing I would say is we did see him on a social media video after the Copenhagen game. He did seem to be in the ground, and I don't know if he was. We haven't seen him in training, but he was there. So
he was there at the Manchester United game as well.
Yeah,
on the bench.
Wasn't on crutches or anything. So hopefully, that gives merit to it not being too serious. But it's just very concerning when we've heard so often.
It's also a good point in the comments there. Someone makes that Ghana have already qualified, so these games are pretty much dead rubber games. So maybe Ghana just look at it being like, look, just stay back, recover from your injury, even if it's like. If look, you're recovering from an injury right now, so just go and rest and train at Tottenham. You're not really needed here because we're already qualified.
Did he pull out the squad though?
I mean, I'm sure he was called up. The squads was announced like a week or 2 ago, weren't they?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I never saw a report saying he got called up, but I assume that he would have been.
Still not great though. I mean, it's fine if he's okay and it's just like. Let him recover for 2 weeks. But I really hope he hasn't pulled out because it's more serious.
It's just like, it just goes in line with all the other injury news that we've seen, isn't it? It's just like, yeah, this player's not really injured. He'll be back for the next game. And then you don't see him for another 3 months.
When Tottenham, you've got to see it to believe it.
All right, let's move on to the more anticipated news of Dejan Kulusevski, as Paul O'Keefe has confirmed that Decky is back on the grass training. I don't think he's back on the grass training with the teammates just yet, but it's positive steps that he's back on the grass training.
Yeah, and obviously he's had a very serious knee injury, so I don't expect... you've seen with Dragoshin, he's been with the team, let alone on the grass, for a month now, probably longer, maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's obviously not quite there yet when it comes to actually playing minutes. So Decky's obviously got to go through that whole process. He's had a very, very serious knee injury, but very positive. He's back on the grass. Hopefully he steps up his individual training. And maybe, look, cross your fingers before the new year we can see him, but I'm not going to hold my breath. But that's very, very positive, and we need him right now because everyone's dropping like flies. But look, can't rush him.
No, definitely not. And look, it's a massive. We're desperate for him, Kulusevski. We just need to bolster that forward line and to have someone of Dejan Kulusevski's quality back in the frame. And I think he'll do really well in this kind of system as well.
Do you reckon there's a chance if our strikers aren't fit by the time Decky comes back? We know Ange used Decky sometimes as a number 9. Do you reckon maybe Frank could see him in that kind of position?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Number 9, I think he would fit so well, that kind of inside forward role, the one that's coming into the central areas. I think there's a few roles that Thomas Frank could use him. But yeah, he should be considered for the number 9 for sure. I always liked him there, to be honest.
Yeah, he always played quite well, I thought.
All right, so that is Kulusevski. Let's move on and talk about some potential transfer news. And we're going to talk about Rodrigo once again. As Pajajes say that Tottenham remain interested in signing Real Madrid forward Rodrigo and would be prepared to pay the Spanish club's asking price of 70 million for the Brazilian international.
I mean, if that is our asking price, we should pay it.
There's also been a report from Indicator. I don't know how highly you regard them in terms of a source of news, but they say that Chelsea have open talks with Real Madrid for a January move.
Can't they just stop signing players? Chelsea, for God's sake. Every time. Look, I doubt there's any truth to it. I don't know if he would be open to Spurs. If he is, and that is the asking price, I think we should pay it because there's not. Look, we're talking about wingers on the market right now. It's they're difficult to come by. So someone of his ability, his age, his potential, I think. We've already seen what he can do in La Liga. I know at the moment he's out of our favour, but I think he's an unbelievable prospect in my opinion. And a chance to get someone like Rodrigo doesn't come around too often. So I think 70 million, I'll jump at the chance to sign him, in my opinion. But
he hasn't scored a goal in his last 29 games.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because I know, but he's been out of favour quite a lot, played on the out position. Also, he's wanting to leave. He's been wanting out for a while. He's always kind of like the third wheel to Mbappe and Vinicius Jr.
But Mbappe's only been there for a year, 2 years now. Was it just a year?
Is this his second season? Yeah,
this is his second season. Yeah, so he's only been there for about a year and a bit.
And before that, he's always been shunted out to the right, which is not his favoured position. I think whenever he's played on the left, he's been a lot better, and even on the right, he's been quite decent. I remember when they won the Champions League a few years ago, he was very pivotal to that. I really like Rodrigo. I think he's a really good player. I just think sometimes it's right place, right time, and I don't know if Madrid's the right place for him right now.
Yeah, but look, there's probably no truth in it. That's the reality. I think 70 million is a price that probably Spurs could get to as well.
For sure. And if we're looking for a left winger and we're prepared to spend in that ballpark and he's available, it's a no-brainer for me.
Next up, Takefusa Kubo, defensive central, saying Real Madrid are set to benefit from a surprise €30 million windfall, with Tottenham pushing to sign Real Sociedad winger Takefusa Kubo, a player that the Spanish club hold a 50% sell-on clause for. So I mean, it's a player that we've been linked with for so long. I've kind of thought, like, I don't think we should be going for him, to be honest. I know he's got a lot of talent, but he can't hold down a regular spot in the Sociedad team. His numbers don't really kind of jump out at me and say, this is a guy that's going to take us on to the next level. But I do know the guy's got, unbelievable quality, but can he fit into the Premier League?
Yeah, there's question marks about that. I don't mind him as like a backup maybe to Kudus, but I wouldn't be spending 30 million right now on him. I mean, 30 million is actually not a bad price, but I think we've just got other options. I don't
No, it's not 30 million.
Sorry?
It's not 30 million.
What is it?
60 million.
Oh,
50% of it will be 30 million.
Definitely not then. Let's move on. I think there was a time when I was quite interested in bringing him in, but I just think at the moment it doesn't make sense. And he's not exactly in the position that we need right now anyway.
Yeah. And last but not least, we're going to talk about Bournemouth's Alex Scott, Tottenham boy. Alex Scott. Dean Jones says that Tottenham do remain interested in outstanding Bournemouth star Alex Scott. Spurs were in the market for Scott prior to his 25 million move from Bristol to Bournemouth in the summer of 2023.
Double probably that.
Yeah, probably more than that. But, he's just been called up to the England squad for the first time. The report does state that it's not. They're not looking at him for January. They're looking at him potentially for the summer. I love Alex Scott. I think he's a player of real high quality. Can play the 8, can play the 10. Creative. I think he's got a bit of physicality about him as well. I really like him.
Me too. And I think this season he's really seemed to have brought his game onto another level. I think when he first came to the Premier League, obviously, I think he suffered a bit with the physicality because he kept getting injured a lot of the time. And he really found it tough to stay fit. Although I felt when, he did get the opportunity to kind of cement himself in midfield, he did quite well. But they always preferred, Irola's always kind of preferred Christie and Lewis Cook to him. But definitely over, I would say, the last 6 months, he's really cemented himself. And this year, he's taken his game up to another level. Obviously, there's been a lot of change at Bournemouth over the summer, and it seems though Alex Scott's just got this opportunity. I know Christie got a big injury, and Scott's kind of grabbed that chance with both hands, and now he's getting that recognition in the England squad as well. Goes to show what an unbelievable talent he is. And that, I remember everyone was very excited about him at Bristol, saying Tottenham had to get him, and obviously the pictures of him in the Tottenham shirt, and he's a big Spurs fan, so it really made sense. Unfortunately, we never pushed the button. I think we were linked with him and Wharton, and we didn't go for either in the end. So in hindsight, that's quite frustrating. But yeah, it's going to cost a hefty fee, but I'd be very, very open to bringing someone like Alex Scott to Tottenham.
And as well, it's a player that would, jump at the chance to join his boyhood club that he supported as a kid, as opposed to the Eze story and potentially one brewing with Antoine Semenyo, who are Arsenal fans growing up and all that kind of stuff. To have someone that holds Tottenham close to their heart and that really want to play for the club, I think is just an added incentive as well.
I think potentially keep an eye out for maybe Bentancur going and Scott being the replacement.
Yeah, I would welcome that massively. I really would. So that's Alex Scott. That is your Tottenham update. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all those news stories we have brought you today. We are going to move on, and we are going to be doing our player rating. Well, we're averaging our player ratings over the course of the season so far, and we're going to be determining who is our player of the season so far. So before we get into it, do let us know in the comment section below. I want to know from you guys, who is your player of the season so far, and who do you think, judging on our ratings, is going to end up in player of the season? So we're going to do it in a tier list, as we usually do. So it's going to go from 0 to 4.9 is going to go in awful. 5 to 5.9 is going to go in not good. 6 to 6.4 is going to go in okay. 6.5 to 6.9 is going to go in good. 7 to 7.4 in very good. And over 7.5 is going to be an excellent. And we're going to say that, 180 minutes or 2 games is going to go into can't judge.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna have to have played. One second, I'm just trying to get this correct. Yeah, you're going to have played at least 180 minutes. So it's equivalent to 2 games, we felt. That's like a good starting point. I'm just trying to get this right. One sec. Okay. Yeah, I got that one wrong. All right. Let's do this.
Let's get into it. So we're going to start off with Yves Bissouma. A nice simple one for you guys. He hasn't played a minute of football. He's still injured. Paul O'Keefe says, 4 to 6 weeks until his return. So he goes straight into can't judge. Next up is a man on everyone's lips right now in Wilson Odobert. I think he's getting better and better. I think as well, when you look at the way he came into the season, he had a really good preseason as well, Wilson Odobert, didn't he? And I think he's grabbing his opportunities with both hands at the moment. I think he deserves even more opportunities than what he's getting. I am hoping that he goes into very good, but I think he probably goes into just good.
Yeah, obviously he had a bit of a tough start to the season, so he's been good. He's been very good in the past 4 weeks, but he averaged a 6.3 over the whole season. Last 4 games have been 2 8s and 2 7s for him, so he's doing well recently. But in the beginning of the season, he kind of flattered to deceive a bit, unfortunately.
So he goes into just okay then.
Just okay.
Next up is Radu Dragusin. He hasn't played, so he goes straight into can't judge. Vicario is going to be an interesting one because he's had 2 ends of the spectrum this season. He's had games where he's been bad and we've rated him bad and he's cost us. And then he's had games after that period where he's just been saving us week after week. So it's hard to judge Vicario when you're saying how is he doing this season. But yeah, I imagine he'll be middle of the road somewhere like okay.
6.6.
Oh, he goes into good.
Yeah.
It's a fair play.
And his form in the last few weeks have definitely contributed to that. He's got a 10, an 8, a 9, and a 7 in his past 4 of his past 5 games. So doing very well. But there was that middle period you're talking about: Brighton, Wolves, but Bodo as well, Villa. We kind of marked him down quite harshly and didn't cover himself much glory. So yeah, 6.6. I think that's fair, to be honest. I think there's been more good than bad overall.
Petro Porro's an interesting one because I think of late he's had such up and down form. The last two Premier League games have been awful. He's pretty much played in nearly every game this season.
He has played in every game.
He has played.
He's got a rating for every game.
Every single game. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's been up and down from him, I would say. So he probably goes into okay, maybe a bit lower even.
5.9.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he goes into not good.
I think in terms of what you're saying, his last 5 games have been 8, 6, 3, 8, 4. So like right at the top, and then a really poor performance as well. Beginning of the season, he started quite well with an 8, 7, and 8, but in the middle of the road, he's been quite inconsistent, unfortunately. I do feel like not good is harsh, but then again, there have been a lot of not good performances. So, look, is what it is, I guess, with Porro. I do feel for him because he just has to play every single game. And I feel like if you've got a rest every now and then, maybe that could contribute to some more consistency in the higher level of performances. So I don't think it's totally his fault, but at the end of the day, you've just got to judge what it is at the moment.
Yeah, but I mean, like, looking at moving forward, now Udogie is back. We keep him fit over the international break, and he's got like a good 2-3 weeks or 4 weeks of fitness behind him. I think Porro should be getting a rest, and I think, in my opinion, for the North London derby, you go Spence and Udogie. That's what I would do. Next up is Kota Takai. Obviously, he goes into can't judge. He hasn't played a minute. I don't even think he's even trained a minute. So that's Kota Takai. Dom Solanke.
He hasn't played 180 minutes, has he? He played 10. At the end of the Burnley game. I think that was it.
We're going to can't judge.
So, yeah, can't judge.
Can't judge for him. Dom Solanke, can't judge. The next one is Randal Kolo Muani. So Muani, hasn't had the most amount of minutes, but...
I mean, he's had 6 games, though, so... 6
games. I'll probably say he goes into good.
5.8.
Oh, he goes into not good. Well, to be fair, he hasn't scored. He grabbed 1 assist against Copenhagen. He has missed a fair few chances as well.
6-7, 6-5, 7-5. So no stinkers, but nothing more than a 7. So it hasn't really. I
feel like there's something. There is something a bit wrong with the way we do this because, judging by the ratings that you've just given me, that doesn't stink as not good for me. That should be okay.
Maybe we can adjust it. Well, if you're averaging a 5.8, I guess maybe you can say that is okay.
Yeah, that should be okay, really. Maybe if you're below a 5.5, you should be in not good. You know what I mean?
And below a 5 and awful.
Yeah. So I think what did we average Porro?
5.9.
Yeah, I think put both of them up to okay in my opinion, because I think it's harsh to put them in not good because they haven't not been good. They've just been average.
Okay. Live editing of the system.
So Maddison, he goes into can't judge.
Yep. Unless you're judging him harshly on his antics on the weekend.
I won't hold it against him. João Palhinha.
Okay, João Palhinha.
He's got to go into good, surely.
7.
Yeah.
Average is 7. Yeah, I think he's been one of the Mr. Consistent. I'm looking at his performances. Only, I can see here, 3, 4, 5 games he's had below a 7.
Well, actually, if he's 7, he goes into very good.
Yeah. So, 7.0.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think he has been largely very good. I think in terms of him doing his job, he has been very good. Now, what he does affects the team is a different way, but he always does his job very well. So you got to give him credit. You know what I mean?
100%. Look, I am starting to get a bit concerned about him and his role in the team and about how we can, do our stuff with him in the team. But however, that's a conversation for another day. And I think from what he does, he always pulls his weight. So I think João Palhinha, from an individual standpoint, has been very good this season. Next up is Mohammed Kudus. I think he's had a very good start to the season. I think it'll be harsh for him to be anywhere below good.
He is 6.9.
Yeah, so he goes into good.
Yeah, I thought he definitely would have been in very good for a lot of the season. It's the last few games he's had 2 5s against Newcastle away and Chelsea at home. That's probably cost him a very good, those 2 performances. Because before that, very consistently high up.
Yeah, the thing is as well, like, he needs to up those goal numbers. He's only got, what, 1 goal this season?
1 goal against Leeds.
4 assists, so 5 goal contributions so far this season in the opening, what, 10 games? 11 games? 10 or 11?
5. It was 5 in the opening, yeah, like 7 or 8, I think, something like that, yeah.
So, I mean, that in itself is impressive, but he needs to up those goal numbers, and we know he's got it in him. He's definitely got it in him to do that.
But he's never been a massive goal scorer.
Yeah. But still, like, he's still got it in him to do it. Like, he's got the
Definitely.
skill set. So, do you think good is fair?
Well, you think should be very good.
I think he's been one of our top performers this season.
Yeah, he has. He has been one of our top performers this season.
Like, he's been a tier above Vicario. You know
I
what
think
mean?
he's probably been more consistent with Vicario. I'd agree with
Yeah,
that.
for sure. So, I would say he goes into very good Kudus.
But he's only missed it by 0.1.
Yeah. So, I think it's fair to bump him up. Next up is Archie Gray. So, Archie Gray, I think whenever he's been on the pitch, he's been really good. I think you can't really complain with the level of Archie Gray's performance this season.
Yeah, 6.6.
How does that work? How does that work? Because I thought, like, we've rated him really highly every...
We did give him a low rating against PSG.
What, the Super Cup?
Yeah, because he came on and didn't do very well. But other than that, it's been...
That is harsh. That is...
87.
What is the average without the Super Cup?
The average about the Super Cup would be probably about a 7. Over a 7.
In my opinion, I think he's been very good every time he's entered the pitch.
He hasn't got a rating since... Wait, this doesn't make sense. Sorry, I might have done this wrong. Because Oh, 1 minute. It's okay. Actually, no, it does make sense. Yeah, I think... I've just given him... When was his last appearance? Oh, it was Monaco. I've not given the rating for Monaco. But that was a 7 anyway. Does make a difference. That was his last appearance, wasn't it, in Monaco?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the same rating. Doesn't matter. Yeah, look, he's been good.
We'll leave him in good.
Yeah, I think, like, I'm happy. I'm pretty comfortable with him being in good. Like, has he been very good? Don't know if he deserves to be in very good necessarily.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so he goes into good. Next up is Rodrigo Bentancur. Again, up and down. He's had his critics this season. He's had some games where he's looked back to his best. Inconsistent at times. Of late, he's been better, I would say. Probably goes into good or okay.
6.1.
Yeah, he goes into okay.
Again, he was actually probably set for a not good or an awful. But recently he's had some much better performances. Got a 9 against Copenhagen. So that kind of saves him a bit. But yeah, he's been up and down this season, it's fair to say. Start the season with 2 9s as well against PSG and Man City. Couldn't keep that up though.
Javi Simmons. This ain't going to be good.
5.9.
Yeah, and I think that's probably fair, to be honest. So he goes into okay. Well, 5.9 would be okay now,
I'm
wouldn't it?
saying okay, 5.9. Again, another player who, I mean, if it wasn't for, he got a 9 against Copenhagen and a 7 against United. So if it wasn't for those 2 appearances, probably goes into an awful. But he just gets it. And he's 7 against, so to be fair, 3 of his last 4 appearances have been a 7, 9 and 7.
No
So he's
doubt
getting
about
better.
it. Yeah, no doubt about it. He's getting better. I think the tactics need to work for him better. Like, we need to kind of build that team around him. So make sure when he gets in those attacking areas, he's got options to play off. That hasn't been happening, but that's no fault of his own. So that's Javi. Next up is Destiny. I think whenever Destiny's played, he's been pretty good.
7.3.
Yeah, Destiny's been
Very
class.
good.
He goes
So,
into very good.
yeah,
So
he deserves
so
it.
far, Paulinia, Kudus, and Udogi are
Makes sense.
definitely makes sense. Ben Davis, I mean,
He don't think he's played, has he?
I mean, he's come on in a couple of games, but he can just go into can't judge.
He has no rating, so...
Okay. He goes into can't judge. Next up is Dane Scarlett. Obviously, he came on.
Yeah, I mean, he came on 1 game, didn't he?
Yeah, he'll go into can't judge, but I've been happy with the cameo that I saw from him in that game. Brandon Austin, he goes into can't judge as well.
Yeah.
Brennan Johnson.
Brennan Johnson.
I'm going to guess he goes into not good or okay, like around
5.2.
Yeah, not good. We have our first not good.
Which, for a guy who's got 4 goals this season, again, this is the thing with Brendan that we talk about. This happened last season. Even though he's our top goal scorer, he went into I think he went into okay in the end or below, because when he plays well and he scores, he's not getting more than a 7 because he's never really more than a 7. But when he's bad, he's getting like a 3 because he's just terrible. So that's kind of the problem with Brendan. Even though he gets goals, he's always quite low down in the ratings. Although last few weeks, last 3 games, he's got a 6, 7, and 6. So again, improving a bit. But he hadn't got above a 5 for like 2 months.
Yeah. Tango bin Al Shahid says, no, Kolo Muani was your first not good. You moved him up. What was the average for Kolo Muani again?
5.8.
5 point, yeah. I mean, it's different to a 5.2. Like 5.2.
No, 5.2.
5.2 can't slide, man. Next up is Kevin Danso. I think Kevin Danso should get a fairly good rating. I'd say he goes into good.
Kevin Danso, where are you? 6.6.
Yeah, he's been he's been solid. That's how the best way to explain it.
I think he's been a clear downgrade on Romero.
Yeah,
but he's been pretty good when he comes in.
Yeah,
no problem with him.
Lucas Bergvall up next. He'll probably go into good as well.
6.5.
Yeah.
Had a bit of an iffy period, but he's had largely good performances this season.
Yeah,
Lucas Bergvall.
And he's made differences in games as well. Like the games that he's been good, he's been really good in. You know what I mean? But yeah, there has been some off performances in there as well. But it'll be good to get him back after the international break after the concussion. Next up is Pape Matar Sarr. Started the season off on fire, and he's tailed off massively in recent weeks. I'll say he goes into okay.
6.2.
Yeah.
So started the season off 8, 9, 9, 4, and 8 in his first 5 games. So yeah, as you say, started like a house on fire, but then dropping 6s, 6, 4, 6, 5, 5. But then did have a good performance against Copenhagen. Got a 7 there and an 8 against Everton away. So some better performances of late, but yeah, very up and down, I guess, for Sarr.
Decky obviously goes into can't judge. After that is Jed Spence.
Jed Spence.
I'd say Jed Spence goes into okay.
6.1.
Yeah.
6.1. Would you say he's been as good as he was last season? Or is it just we're expecting different things now? Like, because it was just such a surprise that he was actually like pretty good last year, and now it's like we're seeing the same thing, but like we just want.
I don't think he's been as good last.
You don't think he's been?
I think he's letting mistakes creep into his game, like sloppy, nonchalant errors where he's like kind of just doing stupid things on the pitch. Like I just don't like that. He didn't do that last season. He kept it simple. He stayed on job, and he was a really good player. This, like the goal that we conceded at Bodo, the goal that we conceded against Chelsea, I think there was 3 goals. I can't remember which actual goals, but he's had a heavy hand in some goals that we're conceding from some stupid errors.
Getting too comfortable, you think?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's just like, it just seems like lazy defending and just sticking a foot out and just hoping for the best kind of thing.
And I mean, on top of that, he doesn't really offer much going forward on at left back anyway, which is not totally his fault, but that's just reality.
Yeah.
So that's quite frustrating. So yeah, I kind of agree. I think I wouldn't say it's like a massive drop off defensively, but there's been a few things like that creeping into his game. I agree. I still think in one-on-one like defending, it's still very hard to beat. Don't start the season very well. Don't
get me wrong, I'm still happy with him and everything. Like, I still think he just needs to cut those stupid things out of his game, and we need to move him back to right back. And we need to see. I want to see him have a bit of a run at right back with him and Udogie at the both fullbacks, because I think that could be a really good dynamic for us. All right. Luca Williams-Barnett got 10 minutes against Doncaster. He goes into can't judge, but I was pleasantly surprised about his cameo at Doncaster.
Yeah, came on, did all right, didn't he? Nearly was involved in a goal, so hopefully a sign of things to come.
Yeah. And by the way, Luca Williams-Barnett, I don't know if he's playing for England in Qatar for the under-17s, I think, at the World Cup. He's did you see that goal he scored a few days ago?
Amazing.
Oh my days! He scored two goals that day as well. The guy is a phenomenal talent. But anyway, El Capitano Cuti Romero up next.
So, Kuti, 7.2.
7.2, very good.
So consistent. Mr. Consistent as well this season. As from what I can see, hasn't had any performance below a 6.
Yeah.
So, definitely in years gone by, he would have the odd stinker. Hasn't really had any of those this season, which is good.
Did you see the comments from Stuart Pearce
Yeah, those were
on Romero?
Those were baffling. Those were baffling. He's like, I keep telling everyone this guy's a liability. It's like, what are you watching? What are you watching? Like, this guy is a world-class defender, top quality. If you can't see that, then the game's passed you by, mate. I don't know. You should stop watching.
Matisse Tell up next. So Matisse, yeah, he probably goes into okay. Maybe
5.6.
Oh, not good, Matisse.
Well, in the new metric.
Oh, yeah, just about sneaks into okay. And I think okay is a fair reflection, actually, on Matisse, because I think he's been creeping into it lately. He scored a couple of goals, obviously got the goal against Leeds, got the goal last time out as well. Obviously can do a lot more, in my opinion, but I don't think it's been horrific or not good.
Yeah, from what I can see, he's got 3 5s, 4 5s, a 6 and 2 7s.
So getting better.
Yeah, getting better.
Is that in a row, like the 5s at the beginning, the 6s, and then the 7s?
Pretty much. The last 3 appearances, 7, 5 and 7.
So it's on an upward trajectory. That's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Richarlison up next. 6 goal contributions in the Premier League. Do his numbers reflect it?
5.5.
Not good. That's mad, isn't it? That's mad. You got, in not good, how many goal contributions we got in not good?
4 goals each. 8 goals there.
Goal contributions, though. Brennan, I don't know if Brennan's got any assists, but he's got 4 goals. So that's 10 goal contributions.
Crazy.
In not good.
How mad is that? In his last, he hasn't had above a 6 since Brighton away. Every game has either been, there's only been 1 6 since then. In fact, there's only been 1 5. There've mainly been 4s.
Because do you remember, like, those first 3 games, PSG, Burnley and Man City?
Got 8, 10 and 8.
Like, we were, like, watching him being like, wow, who is this Richarlison? Like, if he could do this consistently, our number 9 problems are behind us. Lo and behold, he couldn't.
In his first 2 months, he was averaging a 7.1. Ever since then, he's averaged a 4.5. So I think that tells the story of the drop-off for him. But I also think there's been probably a bit too much pressure on him just because all the other strikers have been injured and he's kind of had to play maybe a lot. But look, at the end of the day, he's putting in sinkers like that, and that's just reality.
Yeah. All right. Mickey van der Ven. Come on. I'm going for a player of the season rating. Come on.
7.7.
Yeah, it's got to be player of the season.
7.7.
There you go. Player of the season goes in. Is that an excellent?
That's an excellent.
Yeah, excellent. So our only player in excellent.
He's had 2 10s this season.
5 goals.
6 goals if you include PSG.
Well, 6 goals. Wow, 6 goals for Mickey van der Ven.
He's only had 1 game below a 7.
Which was Chelsea. Yeah.
Every game has either been 7 or above.
He's been stellar. But the thing is, right, since we started doing this, how many times has Mickey van der Ven been our player of the month?
I know. He's just because he very rarely gets below a 7. He's always so consistent. He just rarely puts in stinkers.
And I think he's taken up his game a notch this season as well in terms of his aerial ability, the way he defends. I think from a defending standpoint, he's just looked brilliant. He really has. So Mickey van der Ven looks like he will be the player of the season, unless Antonin Kinski can sneak in there, which I doubt.
After his game against Newcastle.
Is that the only game he's played? He played Doncaster. So he actually can get a rating then.
5.8.
5.8. Yeah, he goes into okay.
Goes into okay. A lot of okays.
Yeah.
If he didn't change the rating, it'll be a lot of not good.
Yeah. But last is Thomas Frank.
Thomas the Frank engine.
I think Thomas Frank is going to rank in okay.
6.4.
Yeah.
So we think Thomas Frank's doing an okay job at the moment.
Which, look, I think if you're like, don't watch the season, right, and you just look at the results and where we are in the table, goals scored, goals conceded, and just look at the stats of how we're doing in the Champions League and the Premier League, you'll probably think, you know what, first couple of months in the job, he's doing really well. But you got to look at the way we're playing and our style of football, and you know how many games we've deserved to win, how many games we've deserved to lose. In the games that we have lost, have we deserved even to lose by that margin, or have we deserved to get battered in some of those games? But yeah, that is the reality, unfortunately. So I think it's been a decent start in terms of results, but there's a lot to work on.
Up until Doncaster, which is I think that was September-ish. He was averaging a 7.6. Ever since Wolves at home, he's been averaging a 5.7.
Like, we haven't won at home for 3 months in the Premier League.
Yeah, since the opening game of the season.
That's just mental. That is just mental. And it's not like we've had the hardest games. Like, we've had Bournemouth. Look, fair enough, it is a tough game, but we still should be beating them. Wolves, like, looking at how Wolves are doing, that is like a tragedy that we didn't win that game. Manchester United, like, we've beaten them the last 4 times, or we've played them. Like, that's got to be a win as well, in my opinion. Like,
Villa and Chelsea.
Villa, like Chelsea, fine. Like, we always bloody lose against them, but every other game we should have won. And if we would have won every other game, we'd be top of the league right now, probably.
And that's just how it goes with football. If buts and maybes, but then again, the away form's probably been better than expected.
Yeah.
And although we've had not the hardest away fixtures either, but you know, our away form struggled for a long time, and he's turned that around, so that's good. But yeah, look, 6.4.
Yeah, it is a concern because of how tight the league is right now. If we carry on the way we have been, I mean, it's been slightly better over the last couple of weeks, apart Chelsea game aside. If we do carry on, because we've got such hard games now, there is a real possibility if we don't step up and get some results over the next few weeks, that we could be sitting like bottom half of the table.
I mean, our away form could easily turn because we've got Arsenal and Newcastle away next two. Yeah. And I mean PSG as well, but regardless of that, in the Premier League, yeah, we've got those two coming up.
I think we can go Newcastle and win this year. Like, Newcastle don't look great, do they?
They're still pretty good at home.
Yeah.
Still pretty good at home. And Arsenal at home, away is always going to be difficult. So, look, it's mad. One loss and we could be 10th, potentially, even though we're currently 5th. So, it's
but
all right.
One win and we can be second.
Yeah, it's also true how tight it is. That's how tight it is. So, we'll just have to see. You have to see what we can do in the next few games.
But there you have it. Mickey van de Ven is the quarter player of the season. So a quarter of the season gone, or just over a quarter of the season gone. Mickey van de Ven is our player of the season so far. Special mentions to João Palhinha, Mohammed Kudus, Kuti Romero and Destiny Udogi, who all are performing very well as well. So you've got Danso, Vicario, Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall in good, and the rest of them in okay.
So the only players in not good, or below and okay, are Johnson and Richarlison.
And that's like probably...
That's the 2 players that everyone complains about.
Yeah, and look, I think that Brennan has been getting a bit better lately, but Richarlison hasn't.
I just think Brennan as well, even though he's getting better, he has been largely not good this season.
Yeah,
I think Rishi has also been largely not good. I think he has had obviously beginning of the season he had some good games, but
it's just mental that it's 10 goal contributions between them though. It's just mental.
So we just don't like our goal scorers.
Literally. You score goals for us, you're going to not good.
I wonder what that says about us.
Like, is there more goal contributions in that are not good, like with the rest combined?
Well, we've got 19 goals in the league.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not. Those aren't just league goals we're talking about, though, with their goal contributions.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's more than the rest combined, but it's close. Not far off.
Yeah. So there you have it. That is our quarter season tier list. Player of the season so far is Mickey van de Ven. Is that who you guessed, guys? Let us know in the comment section below. Did you? I doubt anyone didn't put Mickey van de Ven as player of the season so far. I guarantee you that. But we're going to move on and we're going to be reacting to some comments. So me and Sim had a heated debate yesterday regarding James Maddison and Angry Ginge and his video. And let's see how you guys reacted to it.
So, first comment. This is about me debating whether I'd swap Van de Ven for Rodrigo. Alex Banda 6390 says, Van de Ven is the best in his position. No footballer in the world. Sim, if Rodrigo is as good as you say, then why is he not getting a sniff at Real Madrid? Leao can play that position too. Van de Ven not going anywhere. There's no better player in that position.
Yeah.
Is he what? You think he's the best footballer in the world? Best player in the world? That's a bit much, isn't it? I mean, he's very good. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say I don't know. You think he's the best centre back in the world?
I don't know if he's best. I mean, he's very close to being one of the best centre backs in the Premier League for sure. Like, out of left centre backs, let's talk about Premier League here. Like, who's better than him? You're talking about Gabriel. Apart from Gabriel, who? You got Van Dijk there, who's at the tail end of his career. You're not going to swap Van Dijk for Van de Ven now, are you?
I mean, Van Dijk's a better player than him right now.
Yeah, of course, but you're not. Are you going to swap them?
Is that the question, though?
I'm asking a question. Are you going to swap them?
Probably not, no.
Exactly. So, I mean, who are you going to take?
If you're asking me for one season.
No, I'm saying, would you swap them, like, permanently?
No, that'd be silly.
Exactly. So, like...
I wouldn't swap him for Romero either.
Fine. But, yeah, I agree. So, who are you taking ahead of Van de Ven in the Premier League?
Maybe someone like Gabriel.
Yeah.
Saliba. He's a special talent, absolutely special talent. He is one of the best in the league. I agree with that.
And the trajectory he's going to be one of. It looks like he could be one of the best in the world.
100%. He is phenomenal. He's phenomenal, and he's been so consistent ever since he's come into the league. I agree with that, but the only thing is when it comes to this is not the debate isn't whether Van de Ven is one of the best in the league. It's the debate is what do you value in the team that's harder to get. I feel getting good attackers who can do something special is a harder hole to fill than getting a centre-back who can fill in at centre-back. No one can do what Van de Ven does, but I would argue you don't really need someone to do what Van de Ven does. What Van de Ven does is just really special and amazing, but you don't need that to be a successful backline. You don't need to have that pace. It's just incredible to have. Like, it's an amazing skill, but it's not
it's a tool. It's a tool in our team that nobody else has. Do you not like? I value that so highly.
I'm not saying I don't value it. I'm just saying you don't. It's not something that like no other centre back. Look at the best centre backs that's ever played. None of them have that pace, right? Because you don't need it to be an amazing centre back. It's an amazing attribute to have.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's obviously not bad. It's amazing.
So that means he's 1 in a million.
Yeah, he's special. But I'm just saying, to be in a good player going forward, it's harder to find someone special in the forward line. Because you can't just find. It's harder to basically have an attack with just like a functional winger, right? Wingers need to be special to be good. You know what I mean? If you want a winger who's going to get you to fill that role, they kind of need to be special. They need to be unbelievably talented. They're a lot harder to find than a defender. You can let's say Van de Ven leaves and you sign a defender. It's going to be harder to replace someone like Van de Ven. It's going to be harder to find a winger than it is to replace someone like Van de Ven with someone good enough to play the role, to play the centre back role. Especially if you're someone like Frank who builds around the defence kind of at the moment, and his he doesn't leave his defenders as exposed. I think under Ange, I think it's much more value maybe to have someone like Van de Ven because of how much he covers the ground and we're playing the tag system. I'm just saying under Frank, when we have defenders protected, you don't necessarily need someone with such unbelievable pace to make that system work, if you know what I mean.
But, you probably think that Van de Ven will probably outlast the manager, and he's part of the squad like under any different system.
I don't want to sell Van de Ven. I'm not trying to say I want to sell it. I'm just saying, for me, I guess the debate for me is good attackers are harder to find than good defenders. And I always value if I get a really good attacker in, that is, that's kind of something I would value more than having a good quality defender. I
don't know. The way I look at it, I just think Mickey Van de Ven is a better centre-back than Rodrigo is a winger right now. That's just the way I look at it. And I think Rodrigo is great and everything, and I think he's got an unbelievable talent, but he hasn't fulfilled his potential as of yet. Like, he's done very well in his career in moments. Like, he's done very, like in that Champions League run you were talking about before, like he got them there. He produced in massive moments in, I think, semi-finals, and did he get a winner in a final as well? I can't remember, but he's an unbelievable talent. But I just feel I wouldn't sell Mickey van der Ven to get him in. It's just not something I would do, because I think Mickey van der Ven is 1 in a million, and
that's fair. And I don't think this is realistic anyway. We're not going to sell Van der Ven. And I think
it's not. But you love talking about these hypotheticals.
Yeah. In terms of why he's not getting a sniff, they've got Mbappe, and they've got Vinicius Junior. So he's hard for him to get a place in his best position. I think if you played him in his best position, I think he'd be one of the best players in that position in Europe. Like, I think he's brilliant. He's not as good as Vinicius and Mbappe, unfortunately, but those are two of the best players in Europe in that position. So it's hard to say, oh, you can't play ahead of them, so you must be, you can't be that good. He is good. He's very good.
He is good, but he's not Mickey van der Ven levels, like in terms of where they rank in their position. In my opinion.
In Europe?
Yeah.
I mean, how many left wingers are better than Rodrigo?
I mean, it's even hard to say, because, like, when's the last time Rodrigo's even played consistently in his position? Like, how do we even judge it? How do we even know?
You just look at what you've seen from him, Rodrigo. Not maybe in the last few months, but like in his career, he's been like great, I think. And he's there's a reason why he's got a transfer value of nearly 100 million, even though he's not been playing in his best position. Because everyone can see at his age how the quality he's got. I think. Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone knows he's got the quality, but it's still like a massive question mark to bring him to the Premier League. Can he handle the physicality? He hasn't played in his natural position consistently for so long now. Like, I don't know. I think there's question marks there with Rodrigo.
So you wouldn't want him?
I'm not saying I wouldn't want him.
That's how the internet works. You doubt him means you don't want him.
I'm not saying I wouldn't want him. I'll take him, but I just wouldn't take him at the detriment to Mickey van der Ven.
That's fair enough. Mojo Run says, never let Ben gamble because of his positivity. See Chelsea prediction. Never let Sim gamble because of his overthinking.
What's he on about?
I have no idea, but he basically never let us gamble. He says I'm guessing he's positing that when you put a bet on, you're over positive and you dream. And when I put a bet on, I just overthink what the possibilities are.
I thought I was overly negative.
I don't know. But you keep saying we're going to win.
Yeah.
You keep saying we're going to win every week.
Yeah. Let's see what happens in the North London derby.
Akio Kusham 2870 says, why would we give up Van der Ven and our undoubtedly best player right now, who consistently brings results, for someone unreliable like Rodrigo, who has a bunch of question marks? Van der Ven is a pivotal player for us. I don't see why we should give him up for someone who may or may not perform, not to mention Rodrigo is quite average at Real Madrid, apart from that one season where he popped off a bit. That's fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, probably. Let's not give up Van der Ven. I think I've...
You changed your mind now?
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally, it's been a day. Yeah, let's... But then, is there any winger you would give up Van der Ven for?
Vinicius, potentially.
Doku?
I love Doku, but he doesn't get enough goal contributions just yet. Is there any winger? Prime Son?
Prime Son.
Prime Son, for sure.
Doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
Prime Son. I need to give up Mickey van der Ven. I need a winger that is going to guarantee me over 15 goal contributions a season.
Okay. You don't think Rodrigo can do that?
He hasn't ever shown it.
He has. He's had a couple of years, hasn't he? At Madrid at least, where he's had 15.
15 goals. 15 goals. Goals.
Okay, that's different. Maybe not goals. What's his career been like? Goal contribution, 17, 15, then last season 11. So it's not pretty good.
It needs to be 15 goals minimum.
Yamal?
Yamal? Yeah, I'll take Yamal. I'll take would I take Rafinha for Mickey van der Ven? Don't think so.
Semenyo? Someone says Semenyo?
No.
Don't think there's really any in the not many in the Premier League I would take, to be honest. I'm trying to think. Gordon? No.
Nah, no chance, Gordon. Gordon's got no goal contributions this season. He got like 6 goals last season.
There's not really any City wingers I'll take. Saka?
Saka going to bin, mate. Saka, what has he got? Like 2 goal contributions this season. You know, the fall off in Saka, nobody's talking about it.
Exactly. Everyone's keeping Sturm because he's a star boy. Technically, so basically, there's not many wingers you would.
Lamine Yamal. Give me your Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal, that's it pretty much, and Vinicius Junior.
Desiree Doué.
Doué or Dembele or Kavisha.
These kind of guys.
These are the ones. But I honestly think Rodrigo, you could say he's at that level once he starts playing regularly for a team like that. I think, but we won't.
I don't think he's on that level just yet, but he needs to prove it.
He's not because of the circumstance, not because of how good he is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Technically Sound Soccer says, Sim thinks like a coach. I saw the thumbnail and title of the video, and then in my head, I thought it would be a very sad day. But I would let the Van der Ven go for a young Brazilian simply because of all the facts he stated. Van der Ven is older. Mickey is great, but when you weigh it all, Rodrigo is more valuable to our system. Also for reasons such as his ability to have a brilliant defender who isn't as pacey as Van der Ven, and we still be able to have great success. The pedigree the Real Madrid startup brings is something more valuable technically to us especially.
But also, like, if you do that swap right and you get Rodrigo in the team, all of a sudden a top left centre-back becomes like the biggest need in the squad, and you know what I mean? So it's just like what you're missing at this moment in time.
But my point is that we just went through it. How hard is it to find left wingers and like good wingers who would, who could be stars? They're very, very difficult right now to find. Whereas left centre backs, I'm not as good as Van der Ven. Yes, they're not going to be any we can get. But you don't need someone as good as Van der Ven to make the system work.
To make the system work, but to be as good as we want to be.
Yeah, you don't need someone I don't think is as good as Van der Ven.
I think you do.
You can get the next Van der Ven.
Who is that? Can't you get the next Rodrigo then?
Let's say Lukeba. Okay, I'm not saying right now he's as good as Van der Ven. But we just went through. There's not many wingers that are as good that are there right now. You're also saying you want wingers right now who are going to give you goals and stuff. I think he can do that. There's not.
I said that's the only one I would swap a Van der Ven with.
I know,
but I still think there are wingers that can come in and do a very good job for Tottenham Hotspur. I can't roll the names off the top of my head right now, but there are wingers and up and coming wingers that can do a very good job for Tottenham. Of course, there are.
Yeah, there are wingers who can do a good job, but I'm saying special wingers. I think Rodrigo could potentially be in that special category. Like, maybe, it's hard to know that for sure with his game time.
Yeah, you can't be willing to give up Van der Ven on a hunch. You know what I mean? Like, I know he's shown that he's got potential, and I know he's shown he's got quality, but it's not a guarantee.
But then again, what if Van der Ven picks up an hamstring injury? Then all of a sudden you're like 3 seasons in a row with big hamstring injuries.
Yeah.
And it's like, will he ever not have that?
As Stephen says in the comments, Van der Ven is one of a kind. And
it's true. Most
teams in European football right now would love to have Mickey Van der Ven in their team.
It's true. I don't deny that. Miles Out. I don't know who Miles is, but he wants
Miles out.
Says there are so many decent wingers like Rodrigo, but there's only one man, Van der Ven. 6'4", fastest in the league, tackles, headers, slots, shoots on both feet, and can slot goals.
Exactly,
What's
man.
the slots? What's he saying? He's saying slots and can slot goals. So what's slots individually?
He likes to play on the slots.
One of a kind, Mickey.
And every time he plays on the slots, he wins, mate.
Van der Ven, that pace of his makes him a complete one of a kind. I agree with that. I wouldn't say the other aspects he's particularly much better than other
it's
defenders.
when you put everything together, though, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That pace makes him one of a kind. There's no other defender. I think I don't know if there's ever been a defender who's ever had that kind of pace that Van der Ven has. And especially with his height. You add in his height and that pace, he is becoming a world-class defender, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There are many decent wingers like Rodrigo. I mean, yeah, I get that. I guess, do you put him in like the Semenyo or Ndai category, or do you put him better than that? I do think he's better than those two, in my opinion. I get the argument. Maybe he's just in that category. And if you do put him in that category, then I think it's fair enough. Hung Diddley says Madders should be ashamed. Should be with the team, should be there helping Xavi improve his game, helping the team along. This whole leadership group is a complete piss take, though. Just have a captain, keep everyone in line and be done with it.
It's not like the leadership group is not. What did he say? The leadership group is not a piss take. I think every team has a leadership group now. It's just the way it works. And I think it's good to have a leadership group, to be honest. Yeah. And I think Maddison has done a very good job in the leadership group. You know, he's you can see his leadership ability. You can see it in that video alone, like the way he's bringing players up and giving them pep talks and just showing
in the video of him recovering.
Yeah, and just showing general kind of leadership ability. You even see it on social media after games and stuff. Like,
I just don't want people to misconstrue you saying you can see in the video he did with Anki Ginge. Because that's a video
that you can't. No. But in terms of the video with Angry Ginge and him saying he should be ashamed, it's not a question of he should be ashamed or not. It's not like something that we should hold against him, and it's not like something where he's to say, oh, we should never have the captain's armband on, or he should never play for Tottenham. It's not that. It's just not right, and that's all it is. It's just a weird thing to do. Like, if you're part of a leadership, or if you're just a general football player, like, why are you doing videos of YouTubers whilst your team is playing? Like, why should you do that? I just don't get it.
Just good content. People enjoy to watch it. Well, this AC3 man says, are players not allowed to have friends that support other clubs now? We were supposed to be upset at Sonny for doing modelling instead of focusing on only his team. How dare Maddison interact with anyone other than Tottenham fans? What a bizarre and silly thing to criticise.
But he can interact with whoever he wants, but when his team is playing and he's supposed to be part of the leadership group and he's an employee of the club and a very important employee of the club, like, there's no need to do the content during the game. Like, do it before, do it after, do it wherever you want.
Yeah, but it's where the action is during the game.
Yeah, but people will watch whatever them two put out, and if they do content together, whether it's during the game, outside of the game, people are going to watch it, and it's going to get major views.
Yeah.
So, just whilst the game is on, it's just not a good look, in my opinion.
It's like, well, we do watch-alongs, you know.
We're not Premier League footballers.
So what? I don't know if we were. We shouldn't do one.
No.
Why?
Because they're not YouTubers.
Ben Foster had a camera behind his goal, recording stuff.
Yeah, but
he's playing.
That was completely different.
He's making content during the game.
Yeah, and
concentrating on the game.
But also he got banned from doing that from his club at some point.
At one point, but I think they allowed him in the end. I don't know. Yeah, there was a talking point about it. But I don't know. Do people really think like him having a camera there stopped him playing at his best? And anyway, Maddison's not even playing. He can't play. He's injured.
Yeah.
So why does it matter?
It's just a bit embarrassing, man. Like, he's trying so hard to be a YouTuber, and he.
Oh, I get it now. Stay in your lane, Maddison.
Nah,
this is our territory.
It's not that. Like, I'm happy. I like watching his content. He's a good YouTuber in terms of. But when the game is on, focus on the game. Don't start like doing reactions with Angry Ginge.
He's watching the game. He's watching the game. He's celebrating. You didn't see him celebrate when we scored?
Yeah, I did.
So he just recorded. That's all. If he sat with Angry Ginge during the game and didn't record it, do you have the same issue? It's the fact that it's being recorded.
He should be on the bench with his other players like he is every single other game.
The same issue. It's about where he is.
Yeah, he should be on the bench with his teammates like he is every other game.
Bradley Taylor 5493 says, so many Gen Z morons in the comments. It's bad because it makes it seem like Maddison doesn't care about the game and supporting his club as much as he cares about building his social media presence.
He's got like literally every other minute of the week to build his social media presence. He doesn't need to do it during the game with Angry Ginge.
But it's 1 week. He's the guy's working very hard to recover from this ACL, and he wants to keep
recovering with his ACL. He wants to what?
He wants to keep what's called. He wants something to do while he's getting injured. He's building his social media. He's building his YouTube.
Yeah, and I said he's got every other minute of the week to do that.
Okay, this would accelerate it a bit. So
do me a favour, accelerate it a bit. Come on, man.
It would.
Do me a favour.
You don't think it would?
It's not going to make any difference.
Of course it would.
No, it won't. The guy is a multi-millionaire footballer that has eyes on him everywhere he goes. Any content that he puts out is going to get thousands and millions of views.
Mm-hmm. What if he did it with a Tottenham fan? Would you have the same problem?
Just don't do it like during a game. Like be on the bench with your teammates.
So even if he did it with a Tottenham fan, you'd have a similar issue.
I mean, I probably wouldn't be as embarrassed as I am. It wouldn't be as embarrassing as it is doing it with Angry Ginge. But I genuinely believe he should be on the bench with his teammates like every other injured player is.
Why does it matter if one game he isn't?
Why shouldn't he be?
It's just one game.
He wants to build his social media presence. Fair play to him.
Tottenham EZ said nothing wrong with Madders making content with Angry Ginge like that. He can't play at the moment. Instead of us seeing him sit in the dugout looking downbeat, sulking because he can't play, we get to watch him showing his personality and be himself. What do you expect him to focus on when he can't play? Leave the guy alone and let him focus on something other than being unable to play.
Maybe just focus on being with your teammates and giving them those pep talks that you're so good at half-time and after the game. And I don't know, focus on making content with Andrew outside of the 90 minutes of football. How about that?
So for you, those 90 minutes
are sacred.
Sacred.
Absolutely.
Full focus on the game. Which you could argue he was, but he was just focusing on the game, but with a YouTuber. But I get the point. I do get your point where you say, I think the one thing I would say maybe is if he's on the bench, maybe he spots something, that Xavi's struggling with, and maybe he can give him a pointer. Hey, do this, do that. Don't drop so deep. Go, do this. He plays.
But he can't tell him because he's so engrossed with this conversation with Angry Ginge.
Look, that's maybe a criticism you could say, but I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, I would say, to criticize him. Like, if you want to do it for a game, like whatever, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I think it's content people want to see, and I don't have a massive issue with it. Like, if he's doing it every game, maybe that's a bit much. But he's only doing it one game.
Why? Why is it a bit much? Let him build his social media following.
This is one game.
It builds so much during the game, though. Like, why not do it every game?
It does. If he's doing an Angry Ginge, it will help. It's going to help.
He should get Angry Ginge in his box every game.
You're just going to be sarcastic for the rest of the video. Ryan82 says, I'm with Ben. Maddison shouldn't be with a YouTube influencer. Completely unprofessional, in my opinion.
It's not that he shouldn't be with one. Like, he can do it in his own time. Like, he's an employee of the club. Let him do some work for the club.
I'm sure he got the okay from the club. I doubt he did it without their agreement.
Yeah, probably.
So... James Mikan says, Sim, what is why? Sounds like a 7-year-old. Not good content, mate. Look, the reason I kept asking why is because I didn't feel like I was getting an answer. But you've answered it more in depth in this video, I would say.
Have I? I thought I should have been saying the same things.
No, you haven't. You actually gave more in-depth answers in this video.
Oh.
Last time you were just saying it's wrong. You weren't really giving say why, though. You were just saying that's what you think it's wrong. But this time you're like saying, he could have been talking to his teammates. He could have been closer to the team. You weren't really saying that last time. That's fair enough. All right, I understand that. Because look, if just saying it's wrong is not a reason. You have to, why is it wrong? Why do you think he shouldn't be there? Instead of just saying, I don't like it, essentially, which is what I heard last time.
I'm glad my reasonings are good enough for you this time.
You didn't give a reasoning last time, is my point.
I'm glad my responses are good enough for you this time.
It's not good enough. I just like to explore things a little deeper instead of just saying it's wrong because I think it's wrong. Like, let's actually explore that. Hung Diddley says, we said we did this one already. Madder should be ashamed.
Yeah, we've done that one.
All right, well, that's it. That is it then for all the comments. Should Maddison have been with Angry Ginge? We've discussed it enough, I think. Hopefully,
yeah, it's interesting though. If you look at that video and you look at the comments underneath, it's just such a split, isn't it? Such a split of like some people saying, yeah, it doesn't matter. Some people saying I'm right. Some people saying you're right. Yeah. I feel like it's like age related.
What, the 3-year difference between me and you make all the difference?
Nah, I just feel maybe not between me and you, but I'm saying the people in the comments.
we were watching a bit of the Angry Ginger. It's on his Ginger's channel at the moment. They've released a video. And what do you think of? Ginger asked Maddison for a prediction. He said 2-2.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Maddison didn't predict us to win.
No, he said it's going to be a tight game, maybe 2-1 Spurs, but 2-2. It's like, I don't know how I feel about that. He's basically saying we're not going to win. He's not a player. Like, he's, as much as I understand, he's not playing and stuff, and like he sees him every day.
You got a problem with Maddison's content?
Not his content. I don't have a problem with him doing a video with Angry Ginger. I'm just trying to figure out, what does that mean? What does that say about what he thinks of the team?
Yeah, but also you got to look at it that Manchester United have been doing well recently, and he's just giving an honest opinion.
Yeah, fair. I hear that, but it worried me a bit that he wasn't confident we were going to win at home against Man United.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. I want to know his opinion for the North London derby. Exactly. Or maybe I don't want to know his opinion for the North London derby. You're
going to have to tune in, mate. You're going to have to tune into his next video.
I don't mind tuning in. I like his content, like I said. Just there's no need to do it. Maybe, well, you never know. He can do a watch along with Lee Judges for the Arsenal game. Who knows? But yeah, look, that is it from us today. But that is not actually it from us today, because we are moving on to On the Ball. We're going to react to all the weekend's goings on in the Premier League. So if you stay around on this link, you'll be redirected to our stream on the Ball, which will be starting in just a couple of minutes, guys. We'll be straight on to there. But thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Please do go and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and go and subscribe to On the Ball and come and join us for the next live stream as well. So like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.